I get it. Wanting ease can feel like a failure after you've had so much success in your career. But let's talk about why it's not. In your career, you have been rewarded for endurance, for showing up, for producing, for providing input, for being a decision maker, for doing all of the things. And that has not been easy. Most long careers, especially when it comes to high performing women, reward who can carry the most, who last the longest, and push through quietly. Ease was never modeled as a virtue, but struggle was. Here's where we want to reframe our thinking. Wanting ease is not weakness. It is discernment developed through experience. Wanting ease does not mean that you don't want to work. It does not mean that you don't want to get down and dirty and put in time, effort, and energy to make things happen for yourself. That's not what it is. But it is you taking the time to discern what is worth the time and energy. What is going to be your reward? How long are you going to push through? What is the strategy? What is the plan? Success trains you to believe that hard is the price. This is oftentimes because your biggest wins come from perseverance, from sacrifice, from overextension, from overexertion. Just get through it. That's the mindset. Ease can feel undeserving, like you skipping a step. No, you're not skipping the step. You just are done with that chapter of life. You're done with the struggle mindset, the get it done, the hustle, the bustle. We're done with that. The reframe here is ease does not erase effort. It's often the return on decades of it. There's a fear that ease will dull your edge. No, you still gonna be the same you. You just want to be filled with joy, peace, and work with intention. That does not mean that ease is a problem. It's just a choice that we are making. And it does not mean we won't put in work. Like I said before, you're going to work. It is just you're going to determine the level of energy. I know oftentimes because we're not used to ease, many high achievers like us oftentimes feel like, you know what, when life feels softer and we feel like we've slowed down, that we no longer are ambitious and we don't have that edge, that go-getter mentality. We don't have that sharpness or that relevance. That is so not the case. The struggle has become proof that you're still in the game, and you don't need that struggle in your second life. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. All you need to do is show up full of peace, joy, and move with intention in your second life. Ease doesn't make you irrelevant here. This is how we change the mindset. It makes you more intentional about where you are applying your energy and effort. Choosing ease means redefining success, and that is the key that we need to understand here. What does success look like for us? Not according to what society says or what we have been used to. What do we say success looks like? What makes us feel that this is successful, or that we are successful, or what we just delivered is successful, or what we just produced is successful? Ease forces a new metric for us. It allows us now to, once again, think deeper. Alignment, peace, all of the things that we want, sustainability, joy, that is what we are focusing on. None of these things are quantifiable, but it is a necessity in our second life because that's what we choose. The reframe here is wanting ease is not abandoning success. It is upgrading the definition according to what we think success is for us. This month has been all about reframing our mindsets and taking on a new approach to how we see work, success, our time being spent, our energy, and being intentional about just how we see that and how we think about that in planning our second life. And I want to harp on that and hone in on that because that is so important. We talked about at the very start of this, shifting our mindsets. And that is why I'm focusing on ease is not a problem. Ease is not something that you need to be uncomfortable with. It is where we start getting into our own flow. It is where we define our own success. It is where we see truly what our passion and purpose is, and we start to decide what we're going to give our time and energy to that flows with that. So take some time to sit with this, and if it resonated with you, be at ease. It is okay. Start now about thinking and diving deeper, answering those questions that need to be answered about where you are going in your second life. Just know that you do not have to rush answering any of these questions. This is just to be thought-provoking and get you to think about all these things now because we are becoming who we are going to be in our second life. So like I said, if this resonated, Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned and join the community. Drop me a comment and let me know how you feel about taking it easy. Does that make you feel uncomfortable? Let me know in the comments how you really feel about that. Is that something that you had even thought about? If not, let me know and let's talk further. But I hope this has been helpful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tag someone who you think would love to be on this journey with us, who's in this phase of life. And if you are into style, because that is just as important as our planning our second life, is how you show up. So follow along to the easy outfit edit and the chic minimalist approach is what I'm diving into now. So tune in over there if that is what you're into. And until next time, bye.